First of all, I would like to give you an overview about the use case I address here, and then we will talk about the basics, how to modeling, how to create a process in MindManager, and then I will create a template with you, with a headline and maybe with a footer or something like this. And based on this template, I will create my own process, my own flowchart with my own custom shapes and with a little bit of automation in the background, driven by SmartRules. And of course, I would like to show you also that it is more than drawing, I will say. It's working with a diagram, with a process. And in my case, I would like to import some process definitions, creating a checklist, and link this checklist also to the process steps. Okay, the use case. The use case is driven by a lot of customers, and I know a lot of people have to create or modeling a process, and often they use a flowchart. But what I also see that a lot of people use, for example, PowerPoint to create these processes, and I have created here my own PowerPoint. And why a lot of people using PowerPoint? Because PowerPoint is a standard application. PowerPoint is also CI conform, I would say. There's a headline, there's a logo inside, maybe also a footer. And of course, you have a lot of shapes inside of PowerPoint and a lot of effects for the shapes like shadows or color gradients or something like this. And PowerPoint is nice, but PowerPoint is not developed for this flow charting thing. PowerPoint is a presentation tool. So there are also some disadvantages in PowerPoint, but I will use PowerPoint as a basic for my custom shapes, like here, this blue chevron shape. But this is later. Before I come to this, how to work with this, I would like to address this in this moment, the basics. The basics of MindManager, how you create a flowchart, because you have to know these basics to understand the rest. So, how do you start? Mostly you start with a new blank template, and therefore I open here our template home, and here you see our templates. Like in Word, there's a lot of blank templates, but also professional templates, and these templates are structured. Here you see the hierarchical templates, like a radial map, right map, org chart, timeline, and so on. What does it mean, hierarchical? There are topics, and these topics have subtopics, and these subtopics could also have subtopics, and so on and so on. So there's a hierarchy inside of it. But for processes, often you don't have a hierarchy. Process is often driven by logical or time schedule, and therefore often a flowchart is used, and this is a non-hierarchical diagram, because you use it to show a logical or time-based flow. And I open also here our flowchart template with a double click, and this is a blank template, and you can see directly that you are in the non-hierarchical mode, because here of the green frame, this shows you always you are in the non-hierarchical part with a non-hierarchical template. The hierarchical templates, org chart, timeline, mind maps, have a blue frame. And later on I will show you how to switch between these layouts or templates. Okay, now I want to address adding new topics here in the flowchart. Therefore I expand my menu ribbon. And it's more or less self-explaining. When I go with my mouse pointer over these plus icons here on the side of such a flowchart, and you see directly a shape wheel appears, and then I can select my shape, and depending on the side on which I go here with my mouse pointer, I can add here new shapes. You see, it's very easy how like you know it maybe from other applications as well. This is one possibility to work with this flowchart and to add new shapes. The other possibility is, if I zoom out now a little bit to the normal mode, here normal, okay. You can work here with the menu ribbon insert. Here you, for example, have also the possibility to insert new topics. And if you use these drop-down menus, you can also select, do you want to add a new topic above the selected topic? Or it works here also with decisions, maybe a decision below the selected topic. And a decision is often visualized by this diamond shape, and a decision has always one income and minimum 2 outgoing connections. In this case, yes or no. Of course, you can change it later on. I personally work in a completely different way often, and I work in Visio and PowerPoint also this way. Often I select a topic and then I click with a left mouse click one time on this quick add button here. Then my shape, my selection frames change to orange. And if I go now with my mouse and click again with the left mouse click, I added a new topic. This is one possibility, or the other possibility I use often in PowerPoint, for example, is just a double click here somewhere in an area where is no other topic is placed in a free area. A double click and a new topic is added automatically. Of course, I can also connect these two topics, also again, clicking on the quick add button, going with my mouse, and depending on the side on which I go with my mouse to the target topic, the connection is automatically placed. Okay, this was that. Let me have a short look. In flowcharts, often the shapes are important. They have a specific meaning, like a decision, like database or other things. How to change the shape. Of course, you can do it, for example, here in the menu format. Here you see topic shape. I can change it here. Or if I want, I personally use the context menu of the topic, which is one of the most powerful functionalities in MindManager. Right mouse click on a topic to open the context menu. And here you have also the possibility to change the shape to whatever you want. For example, here to document. Often when I see the flowcharts or processes from customers, they often use small text sizes. Smaller the text size is, as more space you have in your flowchart. And I would, of course, you can change it here also in the menu format, but it's better to change it also with the context menu. Format topic, and we will come to this dialog window many more times. And here what that's new in MindManager 19, you have now the tab font. And here you can change, for example, the font. I change now to Arial. Okay, Arial, and should be 10 point only, but it should be bold and maybe also in red. And when I say apply, this is applied to the selected topic. And if I want to change it from the complete map, which makes much sense if you create flowcharts, then you have here the button map theme. And here you can save this formatting as a default for this map. And I do it now. And you see all other topics which has the default font, size and color are also now changed automatically. Of course, it is also possible to align these topics. You can move a topic with the arrow keys on your keyboard. You see it here. I use now my arrow key. Of course, you can also use the mouse and drag and drop it wherever you want. But for alignment, it's all, very helpful to have here the functionality of alignment. And it is important here the order you select the topic, because you can align multiple topics to a specific topic. So I select this one, press Control key on my keyboard, the next one, and I want to align these two topics to this one. So the last selected topic is the topic on which the others will be aligned. And then I have the possibility to use here in the menu format also the align drop-down menu, which is also available in the topic context menu, where I can set, okay, align, for example, to top. And then these selected topics are aligned to top. You see here also these connection lines, and each connection line can have a label where you can enter text. For example, this is text, or anything, adding anything else, and this is also a call out, and with a right mouse click you have also the possibility to format this topic and, for example, to reduce the size or whatever you want. And the last thing I would like to address here in this area is also to format, for example, these connection lines, these relationships. This is also an object, and objects, you can format objects in MindManager with a right mouse click, and then you have always the possibility to format a relationship. In this case, maybe I want another weight, let's say 1.5 point. I can change the pattern, I can change the line shape, and of course I can change also the color. Let's use here the blue color. Again, apply to it. Okay, looks good. And here I can set up, again, a new default for this map. The benefit here in this case, if I add now something in my map, like again, another topic, the complete formatting, the defaults are saved and applied to this new topics, and I can override it always. Okay, let's have a short look. This is a flowchart. The working with a flowchart. And often you want to create, for example, swim lanes. You need swim lanes. And I would like to show you also this functionality. We have now to insert a new object. So going back to the menu Insert, and here you remember here I've inserted topics, decisions. I can insert also other elements, but I have also the possibility to insert, again, other relationships and boundaries or shapes, or even smart shapes. Swim lanes, we call it SmartShapes because there's a little bit functionality behind it. This is a drop-down menu. I have to decide, do I need a horizontal or a vertical swim lane? In this case, I want to have a horizontal swim lane, 3 lanes, and then I just click with a left mouse click and bring it into my map like you know it from other tools as well. Of course, you can change the size of the swim lane like you want to, and you can change here also the lane size itself, so making this a little bit smaller or wider or whatever you want. And what you can also do, you see here this swim lane, you can also with a right mouse click format these objects. You can add additional lanes, 4, 5, whatever. You can flip it, rotate it, but in this case I want to show you format object. You can give it a name. You can say, oh, I want to have the line weight a little bit smaller and maybe also another color. You can add the size of it as well. And then apply and okay. So this is what I would like to show you about the basics of working with these different objects. And what I would like to do now is to create a template based on the format of A4 paper, and give me a frame where I know where I can see how to create my process based on A4. And therefore I open a new map. It's again a flowchart. Here's my flowchart. And now I want to create a template based on A4 format, and therefore I use shapes. A4 has a specific size. It's 297 millimeters to 210 millimeters, depending on the direction. It's landscape or portrait. And I want to have this size. And therefore I use the shape rectangle. And then, as I told you before, format objects, and here I can add the size. Pages have there are page margins because a printer can't print out to the edge of the paper. So I orientated myself on the page margins of Microsoft Word and to create a working area. In my case, it's 284.5 millimeters with a width, and the height is 197.5 millimeters for the height. Apply to it, and then I have my working area. When I print it out, there is no zooming. It is printed out in this size, in A4. And now I want to create a headline like often is used in PowerPoint or in other applications as well, with a logo and with a title and all the other things, just to show you. Therefore, I used a logo, and I open now my File Explorer, where the maps of this webinar are saved. And here you see I have the MindManager logo. It's a PNG file, and I just drag and drop it out from my File Explorer into MindManager. Then MindManager asks me, do I want to add it as an image or as a topic image, a link or an attachment? I want to add it as an image now. And this is also a background object, means when I move it here over the start topic, the topics are always in front of it, and these background objects are always background objects. But I can now change the size to whatever I want to have it. Let's make it here. This size looks good for me. And now I want to align this size, this logo, to the edge of my working area. So I move it here with a mouse, and you see there are small alignment helpers. These lines become green, and this means it's aligned now to the edge of my working area, which I configured before here with a rectangle. Now releasing it, and then it's directly aligned here. And these alignment helpers are enormously useful if working with these background objects, and I know you may know them from other tools as well, PowerPoint. Now I want to have a horizontal divider, and you see I just draw it like I do it in PowerPoint, and again here's the alignment helper. Now it's aligned to the left side of the rectangle, and do it here again. Now it's aligned to the right side. And then move it a little bit up, like something like this. And this is my headline. And of course, I can lock my headline because I want to prevent that other people may change it. So you can select several objects. I select here the MindManager logo and the divider, the line. And again, right mouse click. And here I have the possibility to group these things. Now it's grouped, and I can lock also these things here with lock, and then there comes a lock info. Okay, we don't have to read it now. And the benefit of locking background objects, if I make a double click here in this area, I can't select it anymore. It's a new topic here, but I can't select locked objects. Delete this. To unlock objects, the easiest way is right mouse click on the background, then you have the background context menu. Here you choose background, and here you can say lock or unlock all background objects. If you want specific objects locked or unlocked or renamed, you can also use here the index, task pane index. I open it. And here in the index we show our markers, but I'm not interested in the markers in the moment. I switch here to elements. And here I see, for example, links and a lot of things, but I see here also my objects, in this case only a rectangle, and my group objects. And here I have the group 1, and with a right mouse click I can rename it, unlock it, or ungroup it. Of course, I can also lock specific things here. So now we have our divider, we have our logo. Of course, I want to add a title here to my template. So just using a text box, clicking it here in, a text box is not a topic, but gives you additional possibilities to adding text boxes. Of course, you can also format it here, for example, with a bold label, and then align it here again to your background objects. So clicking inside it, this will become my title. And return, and of course here. Have to align it again, just drag and drop, very easy. So let's have a look. Okay. And of course I can insert also additional things, like again a smart shape and other things. I've prepared this so far. I don't want to waste too much time in creating this kind. I've prepared it so far. So I go now here to my intro map, and here is a map which is linked here, map template, and here you see I create here a headline. I had created here a swim lane with lane titles as text boxes. I rotate them here. The headline is locked, the title not locked. Here's my start topic, and of course here also the footer is not locked. And now I want to use this as a map. You see it here also in my workbook tab. It's an MMAP file, MindManager map file, and I want to create now from this map a template which I can use every time. So therefore I have to go here to menu File and Save As. And then I have to choose the destination where to save it, and I have to choose it, the name, and I think I've done it so far. So let's say new. And important now is save as type, not as MindManager map, MMAP. Just drop down menu and save it as MMAT, MindManager template file. You see, I've done it before in my practice mode, but you see, I saved it now MindManager new MMAT, and then I say save. I still be here in the map, but now I want to add this template in my MindManager template side. So going back to File and New, and here are still my templates. And here I can add new templates. Of course, I have to select, so navigation through this folder where I saved it. And this is a MindManager template new MMAT file. I just say open it, and then I have here my templates, and this is exactly my template where which I can work with. To open it, it works the same than before. Just a double click, and you see here it's a new map, it's a new MMAT file, means I can change now everything, but I will not overwrite the template itself. Okay, and this will bring me in the next step now and I will work in this template now with PowerPoint and with other things. So coming back to PowerPoint. I want to use here these nice shapes from PowerPoint inside of MindManager. And yeah, I see a lot of these shapes, or I see a lot of these flowcharts or processes in PowerPoint, often with a lot of slides, 50 more slides, because often processes have also different variances. In case of that, do this, and in case of that, follow up this sub-process. I will show you later how to combine different variants of one process in one map. But now let's get these shapes here from PowerPoint. So I make it a little bit bigger. Here is the PowerPoint, and I want to have this chevron shape, which is not existing in MindManager. And I want to have, of course, here the decision diamond, because I used here an effect, and I want to have this shape. This is also existing in MindManager, but this has a color gradient. So how to get this shape? Very easy. Just go here in PowerPoint, delete first of all the text, because the text will be added later on in MindManager. I just want to have the plane shape, right mouse click, and save it as a graphic, save it as an image. Sorry for the German PowerPoint, but I was not able to change the language of my office to English for whatever reason. So save it as a graphic in this case or as an image. And then I recommend to save it as a PNG file. Of course, I have also to select where to save it. In this case, again, my folder, and here, for example, my ordering. I've done it so far. I recommend to use PNG, but also other bitmap files works as well. JPEG works also. So I've saved so far the action, I saved the decision and the procedure. These are the original images here, which comes from PowerPoint. So, and now I want to add these things here in my new map. How to add these things. Therefore, I create a new topic here on the side of my swim lane. For example, I want to add now the shape for actions, and I like to work with prefixes, which brings me also later on some benefit. In this case, prefixes for action should be something like ACT, double point, and return to enter my text. And now I want to assign this image, which I saved from PowerPoint, to my topic. Right mouse click, again, format topic. And then we know all this dialog. I change now to the tab shape and color. And here you see all these shapes which are available in MindManager. I can change the color and so on. But now I can select the image. This is not a new functionality. It's also existing in former versions of MindManager, but in the next step I show you new functionality. So selecting the shape, again going to my desktop, going to my folder where I saved them, ordering, and I want to have the action shape, insert it, and then it's inserted automatically. I apply it. MindManager does not know the size of this image. MindManager looks for the specific size of the topic. So let's talk about sizes. Here you see also the tab size and margins, and this is now partly new functionality. What you see here, now I can enter exact precise values for the text box which is shown here. Of course, I can also change the text box by using my mouse, drag and drop them around, but I want to enter it now with exact values here. In my case, it's 6 millimeters on the left. On the right, it's 4 millimeters, and on the top of it, it should be, let's have a look, 2 millimeters, and on the bottom also. I do not need any padding, so, and then I say again, apply, and okay, so far so good. Could become a little bit bigger, or? And therefore we introduced with the MindManager 19 something really new, and this is called fixed topic size. In the former versions you have the automatic topic size, which is related to the numbers of characters you enter in the topic. Now you can enter a fixed topic size. In my case, it should become 49 millimeters with width and something like 15.5 millimeters. 15.5 millimeters with a height. Apply on it. Oh, now looks a little bit better. Of course, I can also change a little bit of the font, make it bold, and make it also, in this case, white. Apply to it, and then I'm fine with it. So let's do it again for the decision. Again, a new topic, decision, and here decisions are always, in my case, with question marks. So I added here a question mark, right mouse click, again, format topic, going back here to shape and color, select the image. Now my decision, going back to size and margins, and now I want to have a look. The size here, in this case, it's for the left, it's 8 millimeters. I don't want to use the left margin only to define all areas, so 8 millimeters is also here on the right. But on top, on bottom, I want to have 5 and 5. And again, fixed size, in this case also 49 millimeters, and the height is, in this case, 30. Is it 30? Yeah, 30. Apply to it and use it. Okay? So, why I'm using this here not in my flowchart directly, because I want to create some kind of style which I can reuse for a lot of topics. And this is also old functionality. If you go to the new menu format of MindManager, you have here something which is called topic styles. Topic styles means a specific formatting of a topic saved as some kind of styles which I can apply to different things, to different topics. So topic styles, and I recommend to use always organize the topic styles. Then you have here a task pane, then select, for example, the topic you requested and say new style from selected topic. And then you have a new style here. You can delete it, you can update it, or you can rename it. In this case, also for me, action, I will need these names later on. So, I prepared this so far. I close here my styles because I've prepared it so far with a larger map with also some text. I don't want to waste time with entering too much text. Here, see, these are the topic styles based on the images which I saved from PowerPoint. And you see here also in my topic styles, I have them here. I can organize them and can work with them. So, how to address these topic styles? So very easy. I select this one and maybe this topic, also with Control key, and then I can say to my topic style, this should be action. So I don't have to format topic for topic or use the format painter. I just do it once, and then with a click, I can easily say, hey, this should become my topic style. For example, here my order is correct, showing the topic styles, task pane. When I have it here, just click on it, and then you have it here. And of course, we have, for example, here our procedure for picking and dispatch. And Steven, do you have any problems? No. Sorry.
Not anymore.
Sorry for this noise. Okay, this is my topic styles, how you can assign it. The benefit is here, save it one time, create the topic style one time, use it several times. Okay, I close it. Of course, you are also able to format your topics manually. For example, here with a fill color, let's use green, or changing the color here again. Topic shape, maybe the highlighting, and I want to have here also orange one, and then I can work with it. I don't change the topic style here, or don't assign a topic style here to this one. I want to show you later on. Now let's align these things a little bit. I want to align all these topics here in my first lane, here to the menu start, to the start topic, align vertically in the middle. I want to align these one to the decision order correct, align center, and I think this must be also aligned a little bit, align middle, no, okay. And now I can connect them. So my process starts, then maybe also the customer. So clicking here inside, this is the lane for the customer in this case. Customer. The customer orders a product, then we will follow, then sales have to check the order, is it correct? If the order is correct, we have to check, is the product which the customer orders, is it in our stock? In case that it is in our stock, we can picking it and dispatch it, and then there is a delivering of the product or the order, and then my process comes to the end. This is a default way, this is the best case. Of course, there are also some variants inside. If the order is not correct, I have maybe make a clarification. And from the clarification, from the information I get here, I have to go back here inside of this kind of loop a little bit for clarification and correction. If the product is not in stock, yeah, there's another procedure to get the product. And of course, I have to add my labels here. In this case, it's no, order is not correct, and here it's yes. Order is correct, and this case is also yes. And here we have no inside of it. Okay. Let's align this a little bit also, then it looks better for me. Of course, I can share these things. Working in MindManager is great. I like to work with MindManager. I'm totally excited that I can work the whole day. But how to share these things, these processes, and all the other parts with others who don't have MindManager. And therefore, we have something which is called exports. I go to the menu File, Export, Interactive HTML5 Export. I just click on it. Then I have to save it somewhere. It's the same name in the map. Then the map, but as an HTML document, I save it. Then my exporter is not updated, just a short check, and I can open it. And now you will see this map in my browser, which opens on the other window. Here is my browser. And now this map is opened, and you see it's a local HTML file, which I can also able to implement it in other tools which are browser-based, like Atlassian, Confluence, Jira, and other things like as well. And you see it's all here like it is in MindManager. Okay, this is my browser. I don't want to talk about HTML anymore. Let's short have a look about this one. Yeah. What I like to address now, after sharing this map with HTML5, I would like to address something more. I would like to address automatisms based on my prefix like action or the question mark or the prefix PROC for procedure. I would like to make set up an automatism that these styles will be automatically placed as soon as I enter some text with ACT double point. And this we can do with the menu Advanced. Here we will find in MindManager 2019 something which is called SmartRules. In MindManager 18 it was called conditional formatting because we do only formatting things. Now we renamed it to SmartRules because we can do much more. And it's also a drop-down menu where I can, first of all, I recommend to always go to Edit Rules. In new maps you have always 3 new rules inside. It's just task highlighting. So highlight all topics with an icon with a task progress of 100% in green, highlight past due tasks and so on. And we don't need them. Sorry here for the German, but this was old German map. I delete them and I delete them. I leave this rule here. And now I want to add a new rule. Add new, and then I got a new window here. And I can give my rule a name. In my case, it's the name for action. And then I can select a trigger, a condition. It could be an icon, it could be a resource, it could be a number of subtopics, tags. You see here task information, also properties. If I would use properties here, it would be also properties, topic, location, and so on. But in my case, it's topic text. If my topic text contains, could be also does not contain or is exactly, here it contains, ACT, this is my prefix. Then I can apply an effect, in this case, fill color and so on. I could also place icons, tags, resources, task information, or a topic style. And you remember, we set up topic styles, and here I can select these topic styles like action, decision, procedure. I recommend also to allow always manual overwriting for this effect in case if you want to change something there. Allow manual overwriting, and then I say okay, and this is my rule here. So let's add the other two rules. The next one is for the decision. Again, topic text contains something like a question mark. The effect is again topic styles, and it's not action, it's decision. And of course, allow manual overwriting. And the last one, add new. It's procedure. Procedure, write it correctly. I think I've write it correctly. Topic text has something with PORC, double point inside. Topic style is procedure. Okay. And then I say okay. And now you see automatically here the style of this topic changes. So showing you, first of all, I add a new topic with text inside, question mark. So this should become a decision. Now enter the text with by pressing enter. And you see automatically it changed. Now I go here inside of it, remove the question mark, adding something like ACT double point, and then again the shape, the topic style changes. And of course this works also if I add something like have I added PROC, and then it's also changed. And this is enormous helpful by creating these complex flowcharts. It is really a great feature and helps you in fast creation of these processes. So I remove this one, I don't need it anymore. Short view on my time. The next one I would like to show you, often these processes have different variants. In my case, I have only one variant, two variants. I have here this topic and this topic. They are optional topics. Maybe I don't use them. I don't come here to this procedure in case that the product is in stock. If the order is correct, I don't come to this action. And I want to focus on the best case on my default way. And my default way I can set up. And therefore I use also existing functionalities in former versions. I use here my index. Here is the elements, and you see here a lot of elements inside of it. You see here also my headline is still locked. I can work here on it, but now I change to my markers. And I use now tags. Tags are text markers, and I just add two new markers. So right mouse click on general tags, new tag, and then I can say this is default for my default way. Write it correctly, please. Default. And the other thing is optional. So, and I can also edit. I close this one, and now I can go through my process. So from start to this topic, 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 and also to this topic. This is my default flow in my process, so I add here the default tag on site. And these two are optional process steps. And yeah, you see the marker is now added here. I leave the index open. It's now interesting, the next part. But I don't want to see the markers. I don't need them here in this case. I just go to the menu View now. And here you have Show Hide. And here you can select which elements, which objects, which elements are shown or will be hidden. And here I say I don't want to see any more tags here in this case. And now my tags are hidden. You see it here with this overlay. They are still placed, but I just add them, but I do not show them. What I want to do now is I want to filter on it. And you see here also in the menu View, the filters show, fade, hide, power filter. By the way, here's a small tip from my side. You see here in my status bar, I added here also the filters in my status bar. You can do this with a right mouse click inside of the status bar and check it here what kind of filters you want to see here in the status bar. In this case, I have the power filter here and I use the power filter, just right mouse click. And then I see here all markers which are used in this map so far, and I want to see the default style. I just click here, and here I can save a query, a filter. Save this query, and I say show default. Show. Sorry, this is not my normal keyboard. Okay, show the default, and then I can say show, and you see what happened. All the topics which have the tag default are still visible. The other ones are faded. You see here also that the map is filtered. I can still work here. I can add additional things. The map is filtered. I can also remove the filter, and then the other topics are back. And let's do it here again with my power filter. Select optional, save the query, and then I can say hide optional things. I say okay, hide optional things, and then I only see the default way. And the benefit here in this case, I do not need the index anymore, even if your colleagues are not so familiar with this filter things. I saved the queries, meaning I just can click here, and then I have it again, show default, and then I can say show them. Remove the filter again, or hide optional things. I can say hide these things, and helps you a lot with complex things, with complex filter scenarios. Okay. So we've got the smart rules, we got the filters. Coming back also to real-life customer example. The real-life customer example is often you have definitions of each process steps based on a Word template. You see it here. This is a Word file, and here are the definitions of, for example, the order review, which is the process step, is the order correct? And I used here in Word also these format styles, paragraph styles. I'm not sure what it is in English, but I used here, for example, headline 1 and headline 2 and default text. And this gives me also a hierarchy inside. Often text documents are hierarchical structured, a title, headline 1, headline 2, whatever. And I will want to see this definitions now in my map. So what I have to do here, I go here on this other side, again, double click. These are my process definitions. And you see, it's the non-hierarchical mode, it's the green mode. So how to switch between the green and the blue mode? Right mouse click, and here you have layout. It's also in the menu format. You have here also the possibility for layout, and here you see in which kind of layouts you can change. Map, right map, adaptive map, org chart, flow chart, timeline, and so on. In this case, I want to have a right map. Of course, I can do it here also in the context menu. Here you have also the button layout. And then you see it's the blue mode, the hierarchical mode. The other things are in the green mode, still in the green mode. Now, select this topic. I'm going back to Word. And then I mark my complete text here in Word, Control A. And in the home ribbon of Word, you should have something like Send to MindManager. I just click on Send to MindManager, and then automatically this structured information is sent to MindManager, and the result is very simple. It builds a complete map. You see here, process definitions, order review is related to this process step. Now creating or how to link, for example, this definition with this process step. Think that this is a simple flowchart because of time reasons. I've seen or I imported also 50, 80 pages of process definitions in these flowcharts, which is then in this case very helpful. So how to link these things? First of all, click on order review and then again, open the context menu, and then you have something like copy as a link. I copied now this topic here as a link, and I go back to my flowchart, and again I have to open now the context menu, and I don't have here on the button something like insert, paste. Please do not use Control V, not copy and paste, use the drop down menu, because here you have the possibility to paste a link, and then I have the link. Goes vice versa, I can also copy this process step. Again, copy as a link, going here to my hierarchical structure, to my map, right mouse click, and then I have here the paste and paste it as a link. And now I have a bidirectional connection without any connection lines or relationships. These are links to topics inside this map. And the last thing I want to show you here in this case is this could be used as a checklist. So if the name is checked, the address is correct, the shipping address is there, if we have the credit card details, then this process step is done. And I want to see that this is done, and how to create a checklist. It's also old functionality, again using the map index, and I just mark here these to-dos, say the progress is not done. And if I change here, for example, the progress with a right mouse click to task done, then it becomes green, based also again on this smart rule. You remember in menu advance? And I want to see here also that the parent topic order review becomes green, or shows the calculated complete status of all the subtopics. And this is also old functionality. You come here to menu tasks and say roll up task info, and then the progress is here automatically calculated. We have 4 subtopics, and so far 25% is done. If I change it here to task done, it's now 50%, and when I change for the last 2 ones to task done, then this one becomes also green. And this helps you also in this large maps. Yeah, if you have these larger definitions, I want to go back here to these larger definitions. The default text in Word is also here displayed as topic nodes. This is our small topic node editor. Of course, it would be also possible to add a topic node with a description of this process step here directly in my flowchart, but especially if you have these larger definition documents, it is often useful to have here a hierarchical structure on the side and work with this. And then I'm at the end, and say thank you for your attention. I hope I could provide you some needful, useful information, and I wish you fun in working with a MindManager.
Customer, you know it would be great. The quarter's coming to a close, so please don't hesitate. Place your order right away.